part 2. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that video up, but the first one I'm gonna delete. My alarm went off. And my alarm took my sound. So we're back. I'm gonna leave that one up because I just shared a message that I had received in prayer. And this message is one that I really needed to share with you because I received it to share, but I also received it for myself. And so when you go back and watch that one, I hope you heed those words and let me know if they actually do anything for you. Like, how are you feeling in this time, right? So my alarm went off. It took my sound. I had to start another video. Here we go. I forgot to cut it off. All right. So as I said, the message is on. I got all these script scratches when I did it. So the message is on that previous video that I am going to leave up. Okay, so that one I'm leaving up. The very first one I'm going to take down. But anyway, so let's get into this. Again, the whole point of this, and we're going to read on all the different things that we can squeeze into the next couple of hours. But what today is going to be about is about looking at things objectively. Okay, you've been getting it too. Okay, you've been getting that too. Okay, perfect. Excellent. I'm so glad you guys have confirmed all of that. Yes, third time's a charm, I hope. It's Mercury retrograde. I am a Gemini, so there it is. Okay, so Ladybug, you said that message has confirmed what you've been feeling. And then Britt, you said you've been getting that same message about being still. Yes, it is. It's not necessarily a do nothing, but it kind of is. You know, it kind of is a do nothing in the respect of not responding to the energy that's here. Yeah, refusing to give them your energy. It is extremely expensive. And I like that you said they don't deserve it. As we've established over the last few readings, there is this dark energy that is pulling on ours. Again, it's the Monster Inc. scenario that I get. But it's also like that Dementor thing as well. Because, you know, huge Harry Potter fan here. And the Dementor spirit of these people is just amazing. It's really amazing watching how this stuff actually plays out and happens. So we're going to get into this in a couple of readings, but let me tell you this thing. Yeah, there's something coming, Dawn. There is something coming. Because again, like the message says, it says, be still, I will let you know when to go. Do not be moved by the ways of this world. So it's like, and moved is different. Like it's action move, but it's also the way you feel. Like that movie moved me, you know, that kind of thing. So there's a feeling to it, but there's also an action to it. And it's like, don't let this world change you. In fact, become more of yourself, you know? So, so like I was saying in the video that I'm deleting, is a couple days ago, I watched the second part of Bridgerton, because I like Bridgerton, and I cried a little bit. And it's interesting because, you know, the whole tragedy of things that took place was sad, but it's like I cried at the friends parting more, which was interesting, about somebody like really owning up to feeling like they were lonely, because that is a message that I've been getting in the readings that I've done for people, is how alone they actually feel. In fact, just recently, a reading I had, well, a few readings I had, people were talking about how their world is changing, shifting, how their circle is smalling, shrinking. I was like, what's the word? I'm looking for the word. And the message I get to that is like, it's necessary. It is absolutely necessary because, one, people are being revealed for who they really are. That's just the time that we're in, and that's okay. But also, two, you're being revealed for who you really are. And the fact that you even care to know is already a major difference to what other people do. So, I had a couple of things that came down my pipe over the last couple of days. So check out my Substack, by the way, and just understand that you're not the only one who feels a certain way. The first article I wrote was about like wishing I knew myself before I was broken, because y'all, it's painful to sit in a chair, it's painful to stand up, it's painful to walk, because my L4, L5, whatever, I got in a car accident a few years ago, and apparently it did some damage. So it hurts to sit, to stand, to walk, and I can't be in bed all day. I just can't do that. So I deal with it to some degree. So that was that one. It's like, I wish I knew myself before my body broke, because now I'm becoming more of myself. I'm leaning more into my spirituality. I'm trying to learn and embrace and be okay with who I am and where I am. But also, I'm trying not to respond in or let me put it this way. I'm trying not to have a response, because I'm going to respond. I'm trying not to have a response that makes me feel bad about myself when someone doesn't understand who I am. Because the truth is, nobody can make you feel bad about yourself if you understood who you were. So the fact that I have a response when people are like, oh, what you do is of the devil. And I'm like, screw you. You know, like, if I gotta feel that way, it tells me that there's some kind of opening in my own brain, my own psyche, that is not necessarily saying this is of the devil, but it's still saying, am I allowed to be here? Am I allowed to be in this space? You know? But I've been who I've always been, you know? And that's the thing, right? And getting to know who you are, what your capabilities are, that's part of the journey. But I just wish I had been able to do it before my body broke, before my brain glitched, you know, before I had the mini stroke a few years ago, because I feel less of myself while I'm getting to be more of myself. And it's just this weird dichotomy, right? I don't have the hustle, I don't have the drive, I don't have the ambition that I used to have, and I need it now. But now my body's broken, so it's like, I mean, I still have health in all other kind of ways, but it's like, I like some of 10 years ago back. Don't even give me the 20s or the youth. Just give me back like 10 years ago. Okay, so anyway, that's one. But then this morning's Substack was about paying attention to your own bodies and your own body's responses. So it's about like not pushing past your no. Sorry. So kind of like the first one's like not giving yourself the yes, but then this one's like not allowing yourself to say no and be no, right? So, you know, like if someone suggests something to you to do, like go for that job or date that guy or, you know, whatever. If your body has that response of like Fort Knox closing down, you can't then rationalize it. Like, let me change it. Don't then rationalize it and go, let me give him a chance. Your spirit has already responded, honey. If it's like Fort Knox in your gut, that's your spirit. If it's just up here in your chest, that's your fear. And if it's this is you overthinking. Let that stuff go, right? So it's like mind, body, and then spirit, okay? Fear is protection, fear is protection, fear is protection, unless someone is harvesting that. And that's what we're going to get into. So one of the other downloads that came, something had been bothering me about Steven. I'm just going to say Steven. I'm not going to use the whole name. Steven's such a common name. I think I should be able to say Steven. Something's been bothering me about Steven. And this is really interesting because this one iHip that I did watch earlier this week, she was interviewing this guy who's a J-man. Those are words I can't say. J-man, which is a culture, which is, you know, Torah people. I'll put it that way, right? But he's not a ZJ man. He's a real practicing J-man, which means not like the Yahoo, okay? Because Yahoo is just in name only, is not a practicing person, obviously not, because he would not be able to do the things that he has people do. That said, she brought up this point that I had not considered because, again, and this is where the value is in some of those other voices, is that you learn things that you wouldn't even think about. And so she was talking about being in Oklahoma and being in the Bible Belt and all that kind of stuff, how there are this end of times type of CULT, right? And they call themselves Christians. God, the times we're in. They call themselves Christians. I'm just making up a word. Okay, the people with that, the Christians. The one who wear it but don't actually feel it, like it doesn't penetrate. But they call themselves that, right? So she shared, and then I validated with somebody else. The Christians are trying to help the instigator state, we'll say that way, the instigator state, the instigator country. The Christians are trying to help the instigator country gather all the J people so that they can be in Jerusalem and bring on the rapture. I'm like, what? So they want the J people to be in Jerusalem so that Big J, Jesus, I guess he was going the wrong way. He just went around the roundabout. Anyway, so that Jesus can come back and murk the J people. And I'm like, what? Oh, wait, hold on. What? You heard that too, Ladybug? I'm baffled. I'm so baffled. So the Christians are helping the instigator state gather all the land they can gather so they can get up the J people, plop them in Jerusalem so Jesus can come down and murk them all, creating the rapture. I'm like, there's no way anybody believes that. And then there are people who believe that, because you hear of the military, said the wrong word, our knights, our general knights saying, right, Sus? Like, what? Saying that this is a holy bellicose moment. And I'm like, so I've been chewing on this. I've been chewing on this for days now since I heard that said on iHip. Okay. Because they obviously don't read them chapters. Them 60-something books they have not read. It was spun in a whole movement before 24? Oh, that's what that is. Girl, listen, hold on. Because, so, I was taking a shower yesterday, and you know, like, water is a conduit of spirituality for me. Girl, listen, I'm so lost. So, okay, so then I hear the General Knights saying that this is a holy bellicose skirmish. I'm using words, y'all. Just stay with me. I don't know what book they read in. It might be the book that was left out. I have no idea. No idea. Because, you know, it's an interesting story. I read things and I pull out scriptures and stuff myself. And I'm just like, Ain't nothing in here that says what y'all are saying, people. Ain't nothing in here says that. But anyway, and on top of that, you obviously are not reading the New Testament where Jesus actually is, because Jesus tells you how to live, and you choose not to live the way Jesus told you to live. So anyway, which boggled, right? So I'm chewing on this, right? I'm like, okay, so I learned this from iHip. I learned this from the news about the General Knights. I learned this about the Holy Skirmish. And as I'm in the shower, I'm like, where's Stephen? Where is Stephen? And then as I ask where's Stephen, all of a sudden, enlightenment happens in the shower. Because I'm like, Stephen is a J-man. And I'm like, Stephen is always telling us, I'm a J-man, I'm a J-man. And then I'm like, but his wife is brown. And she's a J-man. Or J-woman, whatever. And I'm like, okay. So we have these J people. Why are they feeling comfortable with the Christians? Because you got Heg's breath. You know, the Christian. The night Christian for, that brotherhood night thing, the triple K peoples. So you the Christians, and I'm like, how do J people feel comfortable being in the midst of Christians? And it like really dawned on me that you can't be a blank narcissist, a milk toast narcissist. I don't know what words to use. A mayonnaise narcissist. You know what I'm trying to say. It's actually Supreme Donuts, right? So you can't be a milk narcissist and a J-man at the same time, because those kind of don't go together. They don't go together. They don't go together. They don't go together. I'm like, they're actually in direct conflict, because I watched the really good people in white polo shirts and khaki pants and tiki torches, and they were totally against the J people. So I'm like, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense, right? And so I'm like, wait. And then I got slapped upside the head. Stephen doesn't work for us. Stephen doesn't work for us. How do you, as a J-man, feel comfortable amidst Christians? You don't work for us. You're hired by us, but you don't work for us. And I went, oh, I know who he works for, because he's a J-man. So he believes the prop and gander of the Yahoo, who is not a J. Not really, not in practice. So he believes that too. And I'm like, but you got a brown lady. So, that's what I'm saying. It's not even about the supremacy of milk toast. Because a milk toast donut would not dirty his lineage by marrying a brown person. So you're not really a milk toast donut. Your actual objective is the subjugation of this country. So it's not even about paperless people. It is about the blue takeover. And that just made me go, oh, so we really are in a holy bellicose skirmish. It's just two religions against each other who are currently working together, but who will turn on each other. And in the meantime, the rest of us are caught in the crosshairs. Stephen doesn't work for us. And that's where I'm going to start with the reading. Stephen doesn't work for us. And I want to know that. So let's get it. First, we're gonna regulate. We're gonna do our 3 breaths. We're gonna do our 3 breaths. I don't know, I just feel a need to do this today. So, they don't need a different book if they use specific verses with dark persuasion, subtle changes of views, religious. Yeah, because what they call it exegeting. So it's like you take something and then you determine what it actually means. And if you take it out of context, you can make it mean anything. That's why the book is actually really good. Like, there's just so many ways to take those stories and turn them into different meaning over and over again. You know, like for instance, the story about the talents, where one guy gets 5, one guy gets 2, one guy gets 1. And the person who had 5 doubled his talents because his master had him do it. And the one who gets 2 doubles his talents because the master had him get it. And the one that has 1 hid his talent because he didn't want to get beaten by the master if he squandered it or lost it. And people often take it out as that, like, don't hide your talent, use it, etc. But as a multi-talented person, I start looking at it like, oh, the people with 1 talent, they're teaching us the wrong thing. Because if you got 5 talents, you have to multiply all 5. You don't get a chance to go, I need to be just one thing. No, you don't need to be just one thing. You need to be multiplying all your talents. So like I said, I felt the need to do this today. I brought it out with me. So we're saging. And we're going to take that deep breath. Ooh, and the wind is blowing. I love it. It keeps the mosquitoes away. So just in case, I got a mosquito coil over there. All right, so as you guys know how we do it, we do 3 breaths. We do the releasing breath. No, we do the relaxed breath, release breath, and then expansion breath. So the first one is going to be just to relax, to basically regulate our bodies. So if it helps, and this definitely helps me, is to put your hand over your heart. Whoop! Oh, damn it. A little leaf blew on me. It ruined my dress. All right, I'm putting you down. I got a hold of my dress like I smoke. You guys. Look at her. As if I smoke. Sorry, I had to cough. Okay. So, like I said, to regulate, you put your hand over your diaphragm and over your heart. When we breathe in, you're going to breathe in for like 3-4 seconds. Take a nice deep breath. Make sure that your hand moves out so that it's expanding. And then you're going to hold the breath for about 3 seconds. And then you're going to release the breath. You could do it in a slow, controlled manner through your mouth. Or you can just let it all just come out so that you empty your lungs. Whichever works best for you. Whichever works best for you. The second breath, we're going to do the breathing in, and that is going to be for breathing in positivity. We're going to breathe in hope. We're going to breathe in faith. We're going to breathe in direction and guidance. Whatever positive words you actually need, that's what you're going to be breathing in. And then you're going to be breathing out the negativity. All right? So you're going to be breathing out the fear, the desperation, the despair, the other things that I have been dealing with myself, the hopelessness, the anger, the rage. You're just going to let that come out. You could do it again, slow and controlled through your mouth, or, just let it all out. Again, just totally deflate, let your lungs totally deflate. And then the third one is going to be for protection. So we're going to expand, meaning you're going to imagine as you breathe in a white light of protection, either coming through your crown, going through your body and encircling you, or you're going to imagine a bubble of protection, of white light or whatever color your protective light is, encapsulating you. And then on the breath out, which we're going to have that one controlled, you're going to be imagining your own internal energy pushing out to meet that energy and blend with it. So this is going to be our protection breaths, okay? So we're going to relax, release, expand. All right, so let's go. Breath number 1. And let it out however you like. Feel your shoulders drop. If you have to take another one, go ahead and do another one before we get to the second one. Again, the second one is about breathing in positivity, breathing out negativity. All right, let's go. Second breath. Oh, sorry. Hold your breath and feel the light of all those positive words as they go through your body. And then when you release the negative words and let your shoulders drop. Woo! And if you feel that energy move, wiggle your fingers, give it a way out, give it a way out. Do a little shimmy shake, whatever it is, to get that energy moving through the spine and out your hands, out your fingers. All right. And then this third breath, again, you're going to envision the white light either coming through your crown chakra, moving through your body, or encapsulating you in a bubble of protection. And then when you release, you are going to bring your own inner energy outwards to meet that. All right? And it'd be really interesting. If you do manage to envision your own energy going out to meet that, what color is your energy? I'm curious. So drop a comment down below, like chat with me, let me know. What color is your energy light? Okay, is it like a purple, a green, a blue? I'm really interested. All right, so let's do this third. Again, as we breathe in, we are envisioning the light of protection. And as you breathe out, have your own energy expand to meet it. Okay. My own energy is like this violet white light. It's pretty neat. Okay. Can't believe I got burnt by sage today. And my dress is ruined. Girl, I am not going to some swamp. Okay. But if you can find cattails in a local swamp, you can burn the tips of them. All these damn lizards. And stand up in a bucket of sand, and they keep mosquitoes away. Interesting. Is it lavender? There's another plant that does that too. I can't think of what it is. I know that I don't want to keep the butterflies away because Bumble was here, Bee was here. I think they just left. I forgot what I named the third one. These beautiful yellow striped butterflies. They love our bushes. All right, so let's get into this. Which one? We don't talk about Steven. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Which one? Which one? That one? Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum. Your aura colors are yellow and a light blue. That's cool. I was told I have orange and blue. But that was years ago. Years ago. Because I have a friend who sees auras, which is really interesting. Because, you know, people have that gift. It's just so crazy how people's gifts are different. Hey, Carly babes. Aw, I think you just missed our breathing, our three breaths. Okay, let's look at Steve. All right, so we're going to do a full spread. Is Steven working for the Yahoo? Is Steven a plant working for the Yahoo? Because everybody, okay, see, this part bothered me too, is everybody in the 1.0 got damaged. Everybody got damaged, including everyone except two people. Huckabee, and we can see why, actually, right? Because her daddy. Huckabee, she went on to become governor? How the hell you become governor? You have no office. How the hell you become governor? So, what's her name? Sarah, whatever. The Huckabee girl. And then Stephen. Those are the only two people who escaped 1.0 unscathed. And I always wondered why. I mean, I knew he did a cruel thing. Oh, him and Homan. Because I think Homan, yeah. I don't know why Homan. I haven't thought about Homan, actually. And we can zero in on him, too. I never did a reading on him. Interesting. The Mercenary Knight, Knight of Pentacles, and then the Two of Cups in reverse. See, Stephen and Homan were responsible for the kids in cages last year. Yep. Things done in the dark. But, okay, so what I was saying is they were responsible for that last year. But, no, Homan had been pretty much under radar until, like, December. Excuse me. He was doing something. He was being kept in the dark until then, because it's the moon card. But what I was getting at, oh, there's Bumble. What I was getting at was that they seem to not be together anymore, Stephen and Homan. Even though they're working on the same situation, there's a chasm between them. And again, I think it's because Stephen's big on his britches because he don't work for us. Mm-hmm. You see him? Oh, he's over there. You can't see him. Bumble. Where's B? They're never alone. They usually come with each other. This is interesting. This card just flipped out, which is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So it's kind of telling me this isn't done. Whatever they were cooking isn't ready yet. It's not ready yet. It's not, actually. I'm telling you, that man doesn't work for us. So, let's see. Does Stephen work for us? Does Stephen actually work for us? What is going on with Stephen? But yeah, that Two of Cups, that partnership is over. Stephen's britches are very big. Very big. There's definitely betrayal here. He doesn't work for us. He doesn't work for us. This is the Page of Wands. A bringer of messages. He's not doing that for us. Just one. He doesn't work for us. He doesn't work for us. All right, so let's see. Tell me about Steve. Tell me about Steve. There's definitely betrayal there. I think, yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that the Orange Meister was told he had to bring him back. I think even the Orange Meister was fooled about it. This is the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, I think even the Orange Meister was fooled about what Stephen's job actually was. I also don't think he cares too much, but I do think he was fooled by, you're jelly of us? Man, I don't know, because my honey, he's in Tennessee, and he said it was 68 degrees with a high of 82. That's weird in March. Y'all, it's going to be a hot year. It's going to be a hot year. Green, blue, purple? Gold, pink, purple. Girl, you got all of them, I guess. This is not the leader, though. This is the guy. It's not the thoughtful leader. This is the guy who is, again, an abuse of power. Messaging of divide. And then this one, the Queen of Swords. The illegality. Who else? Somebody else is in on it. There's another female who's in on it. There's a female. Well, oh, wait. Duh, I forgot Homeboy's Queen Energy. And we normally get the cups, Queen of Cups for him. But this is more. It's more than just the Queen of Cups. This is the lying. This is the pretending. Yeah. All right, let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Tell me about Stephen. Tell me about Stephen. Oh, no, 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 not so many. Look, this, the Queen of Swords and the Three of Swords and the Nine of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Oh my God. Everybody just said, I'm here. That's too much here. Too much here. Uh-huh. So, yeah, I saw that. There's way too much here. Look at this shit. I mean, look at this stuff. So we got the King of Pentacles, the High Priestess in reverse, the Knight of Swords, the Devil in reverse, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. So that's really interesting. But then we have under him, we have the Queen of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the King of Wands, the Messenger. Hiding the secrets, refusing what? The Chalice, the Cup, the Brother side? That's interesting. Like I said, the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Six of Swords in reverse, the Three of Swords in reverse. So wild. The Lover's broken up, and then there was his old one, the Queen of Cups. With the Eight of Wands coming out. But we need to do this nice and neat, okay, you guys? Please, team. I know y'all are excited and eager to talk, because like it feels like now somebody knows. Someone's figured it out. Tell me about Stephen in a nice, orderly manner, please. What's the foundation to this card? What will represent who Stephen is to us in America? What does he represent to us in America? You got cotton last night? King of Cups in reverse. That's who he works for. That's telling me right off the bat, that's who he works for. The hangman in reverse. Being not changing perspective. Yeah. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. Nice and neat, please. Okay. 2 8s. It's so weird how like people say numbers are completion number. The 8 number also. Like 8's completion, 10's completion, but is are you still? Hmm. I'm wondering. Well, let me take out. It makes a difference. Oh, there we go again. Are you still glitching? Let me know if you're still glitching. I don't know. I don't have time to figure this mic out. Am I still glitching? All right, we'll just go with it. It should be a little quieter now that all the buses have done what they do. So it should be quieter. Okay, so as a challenge, I'm getting the 8s. And like I said, the 8s are coming full circle. And 8s are actually infinity symbols. Oh, okay. So we have the 8 of messaging. Hey, Mads. We have the 8 of messaging. Oh my gosh. Okay. Y'all, I think, honestly, okay, wait, goosies. I'm trying not to deal in hope. But with this being his challenge, so following the orders of the upside down king, the manipulative, non-empathetic, cold-hearted bastard king or prime minister. Okay, let me just tell you what I'm hearing. I'm hearing we're closer to the end of this than we know. And that's what he's challenged by. Because we have the messaging of the files. And again, the 8s are infinity symbols, so they never stop. But then we also have oh my God. We're so close to getting rid of them, you guys. Oh my God. We also have, okay, the messaging of the files, right? But also the VOTES. We're about to close the loop on the VOTESs. He is challenged by how far we've come with these things and how much we're not letting them go, how much they're not disappearing. That's why they're moving so fast. It wasn't just because they had a chance to hit that guy at the thingamabob. I'm getting goosebumps, so serious. We're so close. Does Blondie report to Yahoo? Okay, so the energy split here was the Fourth of Cups. The energy split here is the Fourth of Cups because people are refusing to swallow the poison cup. They're refusing to buy the stories. They're refusing to be placated by a file or two or the people they choose to highlight. Like, they're still demanding more and more and more and more. But with this, the Ace of Pentacles, this is that. This is the proof. Oh my God, we are so close. Because it's being interesting. Okay, so they're being hit on multiple fronts. So the offensive, yep, or the defensive is has actually weakened. And so I hate to use distraction, but that's literally what this war is. I mean, this belligerent, bellicose situation. But obviously it's not as minute of a distraction or as simplified as a distraction because, you know, real lives have been lost, like in the hundreds. Thousands. We're in the thousands. Oh my God, we're already in the thousands. Oh my gosh. And it's civilian lives lost too. American civilian lives. Let me just say right now, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, I'm just playing with cards. Yeah, it's part of the plan, but it's still a distraction. It's a 40-year plan. One, it's always been part of the boo-boo's plan, but because they literally wear on their uniform greater ice real. Like, if you look at the little country they have on their uniform, it is the region they plan on completely overtaking. And that includes ran away, right? He's sick. Yeah, he is. Interesting. And they're close to getting him too in ice real. They're also close to getting him. But what would that do? Rehabilitation would be hard though, because the thing they keep accusing people of is the thing that they're actually creating. The sentiment they're actually creating. a sentiment they created before. And it's funny, I remember reading that, but I never like totally followed up on it. But there was a reason why people felt a certain sentiment that we're not allowed to feel all across Europe right after WW1. There's a reason why they felt that sentiment towards a people. And folks were cool with it. They were cool with what was happening until that guy got too ambitious and started annexing. And that's where this guy's messing up, is by annexing. Because then that's a threat to other places. This is really a repeat of history. Kind of both. Like I'm receiving and seeing pictures. It's weird. I'm like receiving pictures at the same time. It's almost like a picture book, you know? I mean, I still believe, human me, I still believe that the Yahoo is the Histler reincarnated. I do. Which would explain Stephen also being Iago to him. Okay, so to bring it back, we're so close. When I say so close, we're so close. We are absolutely so close to having, because these are eights, these are closed loops. We are so close to toppling our situation here. And if we topple our situation, it stops them. They have to, bro. They have to. That's why I'm saying we gotta keep going. Like, I don't think y'all understand how much what just happened with Tallarico has disenfranchised black people. There are a lot of black people saying they're not voting. And it's not because people hate him. It's because of the way she was done, and he's aware of it. But like how they changed people's precincts right before, and so people didn't know where to go or couldn't get there or weren't, able to travel there. Then when the court said do this, an appellate court said no and put those paper ballots aside. Again, disenfranchising voices. And then watching the response of white people, white women especially. Not saying I'm choosing Tal because he's the better choice for me, because, like the girl who said the tone thing, I watched her whole video, and the rest of her video was about how he's in the community a lot, and, that, and it's like, had you led with that, girl, people would have been fine, because those are valid points. I see him all the time. He's in my community all the time. He's helping all the time. That's a valid point. But it follows he has this softer tone, naturally. Or I forgot what the word was. It was a little flippant word. And it's like, girl, nobody's going to hear what you said afterwards because you just using my microaggression. And she's like, no, that's not what I meant. It's like, but it's what you said though. And she was like a historian professor or something. So she has to know how that would have been received. Yeah, there's definitely the whitewashing, brainwashing, excuse me. But, you know, people going, I have to choose somebody who won. And then I read through the comments today, because, you know, I have a video that I still haven't edited that I was doing. And so I went to go find these videos and look up the comments and stuff. And people are saying that she had no policies, that she was only anti-Trump. And it's like, y'all said this about Kim, but Kim had a whole website full of her policies, and so did Jazz. I went to her website. She had all her policies on the website. And then she's like, you know, I'm not familiar with her, but, you know, she didn't campaign in my neighborhood. And it's like, because she has a job. Like, she literally has a job. She was at her job. He's a state person. She's a state rep, but nationally, you know, House of Representatives. She has a job. She had to be at her job. She couldn't be walking through your neighborhood. She had to be at a job. Oh, I didn't get paperwork from her. Okay, so this was a homecoming contest. Got it. Right? And then you have people like, I don't need to live in Texas, but I sent it from Iowa. Because y'all did that after the hit with Colbert. Yes, Colbert did not mean it that way. He did not. However, that said, and because the GOP weaponized it by keeping it in the front, if you didn't notice, the algorithms were pushing it. Meanwhile, the algorithms did not push Texas out on Tuesday. So it's like people aren't watching what's happening. They're only looking for confirmation. And I don't know, it's just interesting. It's just really, really interesting. But what I do know is this. Under almost all those videos, there were black people saying, I'm not voting. I tried again. I'm not doing it again. And I understand. I understand. Yeah, they suppressed her so bad. Yeah, because they're like, we don't see what she does. I'm like, she fights. You know, she's just loud. No, she's surgical. She fights. And then, you know, and like, James is a Christian. Jasmine is too. She's a Christian. You didn't know that, right? Huh? Yeah, like, you don't see Melanie. And she fights. It's like, what people don't understand, this is why they get to say both sides, both sides, both sides. There is no both sides. There are complicit people, yes. There are bot people, yes. But there is no both sides to who's fighting for you, you know? Like, yeah, there's a donor situation that's very problematic. It just is. But everything they're doing takes money, you know? And then they're like, she's very corporate Dem. No, the hell she isn't. How is she corporate Dem when the corporate Dems don't support her? Yeah, I haven't seen Mel in a long time this past couple weeks. So these alligators, they're vicious. They're very vicious. They gobble up anything juicy and good. And you don't see these people. Like, I saw Beto, whatever. I was watching a video about him, and he's like, James is cool, but Jazz is amazing. You know, he's like, yeah, James is good, but Jazz is amazing. And now they played right into the GOP hands, because guess what? She's not a voice at all anymore. That was my first time seeing Beto. She's not going to be a fighter after January. So now, playing right into the GOP hands. This was one of those, let them eat each other, but here, we'll help them. We lost her. You know what I mean? We lost her. We lost somebody who can tear their arguments apart. We lost someone who has the ideas. I am praying the coalition is a real thing. I am praying that we stay on that energy timeline to where it is not only a real thing, but it is a quick thing, that it is going to show up this year. I am praying. Right? My algo is so random. I will see people pop up who have 0, 0, 0, 0 views, 0 likes, 0 comments. And I'm like, why are they on my FYP? Because I thought we only do FYPs when there's some traction. Right. But that's the other thing is, see, and what people don't understand, they don't understand, is she was going for a Texas seat, yes. But it was a national voice. It was literally in the Senate, you know, the one that's compromised. Like, that's literally where she would have been, was one of those that could have changed what the House was doing. Anyway, we got Jazz next, but hold on. We got Jazz and James to do, and I want to try to get to them before I get off at 5:30. So, Steven. This is what I'm saying, though, y'all. We're so close, though. We're still very, very, very close. Because the 8s mean coming full circle for me, because they're closing the loop. And it's also infinity. They're not going away. So they are plaguing the King of Cups. That's why his ass came here, sorry, his behind came here 3 times, not 3 times. He came here 2 times in 2 months, but him and Rubes met 3 times in February. 3 times in February. What'd you get, Maddie? All right, so tell me about Steve's past. How did we get here where Steve works for that guy? This just flew out, so I'm not going to take it. It just like flew because of the wind. But it's the 10 of Wands, and I just don't know which way it was anyway. If it is, no. If it is for us, it'll return. But how did we get here? Let's get back in Steve. Steve. Oh God, and he looks so much worse now. There's something wrong with him. I saw a couple pictures of him, and I know people choose like the worst positions they can possibly do for him, but there's something going on with his chin area. It actually looks more square than it normally did, so I don't know. Steve. Is this pass? Yes. Okay. It came back. This was a hidden plan. This was a hidden plan. This has been the plan all along. Because remember, 1.0 was supposed to seamlessly go into 2.0. This is 3 people working together. Well, 2 people, but 3. Okay? So we got Orange Man, we got Blue Man, and then we got the other man. They made plans that he was to follow. I think that's Taurus energy? Aries energy? This is weird. You saw, this is not the door for her now. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about the prosecution part. I actually got governor. Because Hot Wheels is up in 2 years. So I actually got governor. But she'd likely help with the transition, which will strengthen her governor position. Plus, Tal is going to show that he is not the right guy for the moment, regardless of what people say. But look here in the middle of the 3 pentacles. It's just the X. It's just the X. So it's like supposedly 3 pentacles, but there's all these other circles. And then the measuring is the planning and trying to see like the timing. That circle reminds me of something the nationalists have. I think it's a cross thing. I can't remember. Right, but gubs are more powerful than just a state thing or anything. And also, you know, gubs are essentially the president of their state. Okay. Is this the current or is this still past? Current or still past? Current? Okay. I forgot that in our training wheel deck, our Yahoo card is this guy, is the Emperor. Um I need more information. Where's my purple deck? I need more information. Who's the Emperor? I think it's still Net, but who's the Emperor? I mean, of course. I mean, black people aren't going to come out without knowing. If anything, they would come out in full in protection. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is going to take that. And they're like, oh my God, we have record numbers of turnout. It wasn't for Tao, you know. It wasn't for him. In fact, I think Becky shared it yesterday. It was like she almost won the contest with essentially just the 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 the, the melanin vote, you know? Okay, explain that to me. The Emperor card and the current energy. Why, y'all? I said explain the Emperor card to me, and the Emperor card is the clarification. Is Net is still the Emperor. Net is still the Emperor. The Three of Wands and the Star. Remember, the Star is that card for me. Yes. He is opposition. He is opposition. Oh my God, I'm chilling so hard right now. If this doesn't tell you, a foreign government, and which foreign governments it is, double Emperor in current energy. He is not working for us. He's 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 not working for us. Oh my freaking goodness. That man is not working for us. He has got to be exposed. Is Huckabee a J-man? Is Huckabee a J-man? Can somebody do that quick research? Because he's hands down. We know Schumer's hands down. Schumer's not being blackmailed. This is Schumer's choice. For entertainment purposes only. By the way, if you're enjoying us, please like, subscribe. If you want to talk, you have to be subscribed. I don't allow you to talk on my videos without being subscribed because I need protection. Some kind of protection. What is this? See, there's the Two of Cups again. There's the Two of Cups again. He's a devout evangel. Okay, so he's one of the holy bellicose men. got it. Oh my gosh. We're really at a holy bellicose situation. It's just they're not telling the truth about what it is. It has nothing to do with Iran. It has nothing to do with the brown people of that country, really. It just doesn't. It has everything to do with the other eye and us. That's interesting. Why'd you give me 4 cards, bro? See? It's weird. Okay. Hold on. So I'm trying to get to the overarching energy, and we're going to reshuffle again. But I'm getting this lie right here. The liar, the manipulator, the barber. What do you call it? Sweeney Todd. So we're getting the barber who doesn't cut hair but actually cuts throats. Okay? And then we also have the 2 of Cups. So they are in this relationship, but they're actually enemies. The I and the us. They're enemies, pretending like they're in together, but they're not. We are in holy bellicose situation. So that's why we got the Hanged One again. That's why we got the Page of Wands again, this fiery energy. That's why we got the Knights. Our Knights are being suspended because of the 2 agents of holy bellicose. And then you got priorities totally shifted, but these 2 are exactly the same. The Evang and the Zebras. And I said zebras, not J-Mans. Zebras. All right. What is the overarching energy of Stevens? Of what's going on with Steven? No, please. Oh, okay. Oh, 2 cards, y'all. 2 cards that I absolutely think, oh, yes. The energy. Y'all, first one out. Again, I'm telling you, we're close. We are so close. We got justice. And in the reverse, those choices are minimizing. Bro, for real, what is that? Like, there's 2 regisions. Yeah, Don, we won't even get into it, babes. But look. Yeah. But you know who else this is? I just flashed to Amy also. I think this is all my ladies. All my supreme ladies. I'm not making a song. I think these are all my supreme ladies. But it's saying like your window is narrowing. Your choices are narrowing. I'm getting goosies. We really are super close. We're so close to folding this admin. That's why April is so big. We're so close. Because also the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands feels like, well, let me read on her real quick. But this is the other part. The sun was right underneath. The sun was right underneath. So it's being revealed. There are revelations. That's why I'm still saying everybody has their job. Do you hear my friend? Everybody has their job. Everyone is doing their job. Like, I'm talking about what they're looking for, right? This is why DOJ is watching what people are looking for. And some people are looking specifically in those paperworks for the corruption, for the partnerships. They're not looking for the carnals. They're not looking for carnal activities. They're looking for partnerships, corruptions, and COUP. They're looking in there for all of that. That's what I'm telling you. People have their job. They're not trying to see pictures. They're not trying to see tapes. They don't want to see that stuff. Hey, Don. I think you're behind us, Don. I think, I don't know if you're doing that to catch up, but I think you're behind us. She's so loud. Hills is confirming what they find with sources. Okay. But look, also, right under this Queen of Wands, I'm going to do another quick pull to see exactly who this is or what this is. But right under it is a 10 of Wands, meaning they can't carry it. They can't even control it. They're burdened with trying to keep the secrets. You're going to see people glitching out for real. Hold on. Tell me about this Queen of Wands energy. But considering she's followed by... Oh. But Christy's our Queen of Pentacles. So tell me about this Queen of Wands energy. Oh no, that's Blondie. Blondie's our Queen of Swords reversed, isn't she? Tell us about the Queen of Wands energy. And our current. Who is this? Because we're talking about Steven. But one of the big problems with Steven is, again, he's running out of time. It's not even about the deports. It's he's running out of time. Sorry, like hair. Okay, I found it. Running out of time, running out of time. King of Pentacles. Queen of Wands in reverse. King of Pentacles. Help me. I don't know. King of Wands in reverse. King of Pentacles. Wait, Queen of Wands. Oh, his wife? Because she has a podcast. And Wands are communication. Messaging. Queen of Wands. Help me out. The Fool in reverse. And at an airport. I think this actually might be Chrissy. Yes, because she revealed him. She showed he was behind it. That's why he got rid of her. She threw his name in there. I was only following what Steven told me to do. So now they sent her packing. And they're sending her to Shield. Yep, running out of time. Shield. They're sending her to Shield. What's the King of Pentacles? And it looks like he's saying bye. Under his name. Under his name. Yeah, because he's a star. Yeah. This is a star. So under his name. So they sent her packing under his name. Because he's not alive. Oh my goodness. Okay. 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 Trying to salvage the time. Interesting, because he was truthing, so to speak. Okay. During her hearing, especially after she said he knew. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Outcome. Boom, boom, boom. Outcome. Outcome, 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 outcome. Let me show you the splits. Outcome is something quickly shifting. This bellicose situation has brought out 2 wands. It's brought out 2 wands. It has elevated and it has shown us the 5 of wands, right? So 5 of wands is usually too many hands in the thing. It has revealed who the actual hands belong to and what the real challenge is. And here it's showing us the partnership, and you see the fire in between them. So this bellicose situation is going to help bring this down even faster. Because now, I told y'all before, I said, now we have gotten the last people. We've gotten the last people because they're getting knocks on the door already. They're getting knocks on the door, they're getting the phone calls, they're getting the doorbell rings, they're getting the messaging that your son, your daughter is coming home in a box. Tower. So this bellicose situation is going to cost them. It's costing them because it's outed him. No. Bellicose. I can't use certain words. But this current situation we're in is a bellicose situation. It's costing them. You know, all the fingers in there, the 5 of wands, the fire energy, the boom, boom, booms, the submarines, the hotels, the flights that are bringing home boxes draped in flags, that stuff. That stuff. That tower, that suddenness has revealed the strategy and this foolish plan of the new world order that they have been on. Girl, look. Yeah. See, all of this is being revealed. The conflict, the 7 of swords in reverse now. She was just up front. She was just upright. But in reverse, this is you having to come clean and face the truth. This right here is showing 5 to 5. I mean 5 to 7. Both of these are the swords. This is saying, and it's going to be fast because it cuts through. The conflict we're in, oh, we're finna find out how we got this. These foolish games. Yep, that works. Okay, so what is going to be the outcome? What is going to be the outcome of Stephen's alignment? What is going to be the outcome? I don't feel him living. I don't feel him living, and that will feel like not having justice. I think he's cooked. Okay, I do. I think he's cooked. I think he's cooked. That's how he's going to elude justice. I think he's cooked. And Net don't give a damn. Look at this. Don't give a damn. All the planet in the world will not avoid this thing coming to an end. It just won't. It just won't. Yeah. It's definitely going to be a checkout on lane 6. Okay. So, show it to me real quick. Yep. Again. They have hurt our knights in uniform. They have cost lives of our knights in uniform. They have knocked them off their bikes. You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. Because 5 of Wands is about challenge. Oh, somebody else flipped. Woo! And we're gonna see through these illusions. The delusion that you have put us into. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ooh, goosies, 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 goosies. Okay. And it's so funny because as soon as I take this card out the deck, guess what? Chariot. Yeah. They're coming for these people. They're coming for these people. Because look how many people complained about, look how many people complained about the general knights saying what they said. They got 200 complaints about what the general knights said from soldiers. 200 complaints about the general knights memos. Yeah, so lack of growth, yep. Lost battles, yep. I just had to double check some keywords. So yeah. It's too many hands in here, man. 1,500 now? Last I left, it was 200. So many that it would spend Safeway. Yeah, this self-checkout, and I hope they don't do that quick regeneration energy, because I feel like that's what they would plan to do, is some quick regeneration energy to come back here. And it's like, listen, I just need y'all to be told you can't do that no more. Like, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. All right, so the outcome of this is yeah, too many lives lost. One, the lost battles, the lost people, too many lives lost. All of that is going to be revealed. You're going to have to face the music. And this is just going to hasten the downfall. So, really quickly, exactly. The people don't buy it. They don't buy it. And you have made the decision easier than you've made it before. That's the generals, huh? The general knights. Yeah, the people's response to the general knights. But it's like the plan they're trying to birth ain't gonna wash. Like, it's not going to work. It's gonna cost lives, unfortunately. Like, way past unfortunately. I don't even mean in a Farquaad way. Like, yeah. The lovers, they're gonna be breaking up. There's two major back-to-back because they're gonna be snitching on each other, because this was a fool errand and it's not going to work. So anything they planned, they need to be planning on prison, because they will be overwhelmed by it. They're not going to be able to stand it, especially when that treason gets known. Oh my God, like, it's crazy. Oh yeah, yeah. That energy switch is coming. We're gonna let the fire horse ride, and then we're gonna bring the water. The fire horse has to scorch these people up. Yep, there it is. We're learning about the VOTSs. Lotus and VOTSs. That partnership that they did, the way that they did that challenge, and the way they stole. Oh my God. And the oh my God. The safe about Tulsi. I told you, it's right here. We're so close. Who is looking this up? Okay, Melanie, Chris. Who else is that? Chris is following the money. Melanie is following the bodies. Who's following the VOTSs? Cam is in it. Cam's people are in it. Who is following the VOTSs? Who is following that? Who is checking on that? Because they're like, wrong turn. Wrong turn. You have blood on your hands. And then the knight, the fiery knight, the special knight, that knight is going to be employed. Not the knight who took the bribe, but the one that is going to help us reestablish or re-strengthen or whatever the actual government. Exposure, and then we reestablish and we come back together. We topple all these queens that they have working with them. And some of them are going to try to isolate. And we're going to be very clear on who this is. And I think we're going to find out this man is not alive. That might be their try to get out of jail free card, but it's not going to work. It's not going to wash away their sins. Hold on. I don't see Christy being a good little girl and just going away quietly. If they mess up with her, she took notes. She took proof. They had her locked out before she even left the hearing. Oh man. I told y'all, access and it would be denied. Oh my God. Yeah, she gonna be snitching. Cause this her right here, revealing everything. Bitch gonna scream. She too old for jail. Oh my God, I'm too old for jail. They're gonna try to block her passport? No. But I know that they're not gonna be the big old happy family anymore. They're not gonna be celebrating. This position they're shifting her to? Did she actually post that post? Did she actually post, hi guys, I'm gonna be moving over to... I don't think so. I think they posted it for her. Yep. Them fingers finna get pointing. We're looking at the Spider-Man situation because she said, I'm not gonna carry this shit by myself. I'm going to be spilling. Wielding the wand of power with abuse. Talking about the trap that she was in. That woman is finna spill everything. This manipulation, this shenanigans. Baby, when I say she finna sing, who was the page? I think this is Mikey J. She finna cry. Like cry sing. Like tell it all sing. That's how they got him back on board. That's how they got that boy back on board. That's why Heg's breath energy shifted. They got him on board with that religious shit, stuff. Okay, what? That's how they got him on board. They talked dirty to him. Cause, you know, as I was talking about her snitching, I was like, wasn't somebody else supposed to be snitching? But that's how they tightened him up. That's how they got him on board. They made it a holy bellicose situation. Girl, she thinks she's too pretty. I'm too pretty to go to jail. Child, if her boyfriend end up in that office. And why she brought her husband to the trial? To the questioning. So her husband had to hear the question of, are you, well, let's just put it out there. Are y'all having a situation you're not supposed to be having? That girl felt like, I need to die. She felt so trapped, and so alone. Because the hermit and his 4 of swords trying to talk over that lady. Nope, too bad. She got her question through. And the more you talk, the more you were hurt. Look, The more you talk and try to lie and tell something, the more you were heard. We saw you for who you were, child. And it's so funny because people are like, they think the reason she got kicked out is because she said Orange Man knew what she was doing, which could be true. That absolutely can be true as to why she got kicked out. Is that they said that she threw that man under the bus. But as this other guy pointed out, and I think he's correct, it was a Steven plan, right? Oh, look who's here. Look who's here. And they're not going to be able to hide their dirt. They're not going to be able to throw that away. They're not going to be able to hide it. That magician, that abuse of power, that manipulation. Oh, and look who's behind it. How we got him. It's coming out, y'all. This is my T-Rump card. They're coming out. T-Rump and what's his face. Like, some are planning to flee, but they're not going to get far. Yep. They think they have choices, but they don't. Everything will be snatched from them. Access, including frozen assets. Oh, as everybody involved gets seen. And that's my net card there. As we start to see what's happening. This is interesting. This is like who the go-between was, who brought the present, who brought the gift. Because there she is again. There she is again. Oh, she's spilling. Baby, she's spilling tea. She is spilling all the tea. She gonna be saying stuff they ain't even ask about. Oh my God, she gonna be saying stuff they didn't even ask about. Yep. Not finna trap me. Not finna trap me. Nope. I'm out of here. I'm not carrying this by myself. I'm finna tell everything about everybody. Oh my God. Wow. What was I reading on? I was about to read on that guy. So there's the eye. Bringing our soldiers down. But this junk is going to be exposed that we copied their plan. That the reason we went is we copied their plan. We're going to be counting it all. Damn. And it's going to be stacking up too. The number of people lost. But also, like I said, there are people who are assigned to figuring out the VOTES situation. I'm telling you. And they're very clear on who's shown. Oh my God, they're so clear on that. Then we got the watchdog there. But we are down. Susan said something today that zinged. And she said, our flag has been captured. And I was like, that's exactly it. Our flag has been captured. It has. But we still have time to turn it around. We still have time to turn it around. But people acting like they don't have any kind of power because all they see is the oligarchs doing this and doing that. But you have power. The thing that is missing is literally within you. The one that is missing is on your arm. It's literally within you. We just got to plan better and go after it. Because like I said, they won't be able to hide this dirt. They just won't be able to hide this dirt. This is interesting. And I got goosies behind that too. All right, are we keeping with these? Yes, okay. Well, let me light my mosquito thing. Wow. Who's not working for us? The guy who has the most dirt on his hands. Steven. Steven is not working for us. But let me tell you, it ain't working for him either. It's not working for him either. It's not working for him either. want to see what other words might be on that. Just a fantasy. Love don't live here anymore. Oh, interesting song to be coming out with. Just a fantasy. Love don't live here anymore. Why is it every time I'm looking for a card, it's like last? Or not at all. Wait, did I pass it? I forgot what that card looks like in here, actually, now that I think about it. What does the Nine of Pentacles look like in here? You know, and that's what people are spreading around, but he's dead. And I'm going to keep it at that. I'm going to keep it a book. He don't care about no money. You can't have money over there. Okay, dependency, overspending, difficulty, material loss, loneliness, financial difficulty. Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. I went to pick this up, and the high priestess had responded. And this is very interesting because I feel like they're examining his stuff. They're examining his money. Oh, and it's funny, y'all. Chrissy got kicked off the military base also. She got kicked off that waterfront property. That's interesting. And see the Queen of Wands right behind it again, with the dirt under the dirt in the hands, and then the Eight of Cups too. Y'all not gonna be able to hide that dirt. You're not gonna be able to hide it. You won't be able to. Oh look, and then the Judgment pointing back at you. Yes. But she said yes, secrets, right? So with the Nine of Swords, as I was thinking about Stephen just now, the Nine of Swords again with dirt being on his hands, and the High Priestess just showed up. She said, because there's secrets and hidden agendas. Like I said, he's not working for us. But it also is saying he's being scrutinized. They are looking at him. He thought he was going to get away with it. He thought he'd have abundance, you know, all that kind of stuff. Somebody's looking at his money. Somebody's following him. Good thing for her, she likes to change her face, right? Yep, they're kicking her off the base. I'm telling you, as I was just talking about her, I felt her access being shut down because she got fired while still in the hearing by tweet. By tweet. Look at this. We are going to find out, and y'all not going to be able to just run away. Okay, what did I say I was going to read on? Let's see this bellicose situation that we are doing as hired mercenaries for Israel. Wait, no, before we... Oh, interesting. So, again, done in the dark, right? Done in the dark. People collaborating for bad reasons. There are 3 people here, though. I'm telling you, they sold the bellicose situation to Hexbreath as the holy. That's how they got him to buy in and double down. That's why he went fanatical. Basically, they said, do what you want to do. But let me show you this energy here. The Queen of Pentacles, not in reverse. the Queen of Pentacles, the one who's gonna sew it all together and tell it all, and then the Magician. We're gonna see how this got played out. But I was saying about the E situation, I mean the Runaway situation, and with the Runaway situation, this is them right here together. Because apparently their tactic is they have individual leadership over certain things. So that's why they're able to pop up in different places like a magician. They have individual leadership. So it's like while these people have been planning and crewing and on that, they are just three. That is the queen. They're not going to beat Runaway. They're not going to beat Runaway. Runaway is going to have to be the one to say, all right, we're cool, we can chill. But I saw an interview that said we can't trust y'all because every time we came to the table, you did some foolishness. We can't trust you. And can they? They cannot. So, all right, so let's see. Oh, I just picked the card up. Okay, so the situation with I Ran Away is the Three of Pentacles. I'll look for it later. What's the challenge to it? What is the challenge to the involvement? What's going on? It's too many cards, y'all. It's too many cards. But let me tell you, the energy of it is, it's not going to result the way they want it to go. It's not going to go the way that they want it to go. It will not. It will not. Oh, and right at the bottom, as I'm getting ready to pull that, these two cards showed themselves. The Empress and the Snitch, the Page of Swords. It's not going to go the way they want it to. All right, so looking at this real quick before we get into it. Yep, here's Net. Here's them using our troops. Again, here's the plan not working, not going the way they want it to because Judgment. And they have exposed our government, our place for what it is, for being in the upside down with them, as they try to move our powers into theirs. They want to take command of our commands. They want to take command of our command. But it's not going to happen because look what's coming out again. Because even behind this death card that said it's not going to go out the way you want it to, the fancy lady, the Empress, I forgot you were back there. That's usually a rush card. I'm going to have to read on that real quick. Okay. But anyway, the reason why it's not going to go the way they plan and the death will not be to who they think, but will be back to themselves. And the reason being that, like they had the chance to not do this. They had the chance to not do this. I mean, the security team said, don't do this, but they did it. But anyway, these cards came out again. We're going to find out about the VOTSs. Your economies are being scrutinized. Your finances are being scrutinized, as will the documents be. The game you're playing is going to put you upside down. Upside down. But let me see that. The Empress here. That Empress magic. Who? I don't even know. Yeah. Empress. Oh, so these are challenges. Ah, snap. And this was the other one. Do I turn this one over? No. Okay. So the Empress is betrayal. So that's going to be Rush. One, Rush feels betrayed, but that's going to be Rush. That's going to be Rush. Is it? But Rush is depleted. Oh, the betrayal, the computer betrayal, the messaging. They may not be able to handle us on the ground or in the air because they are depleting. They're in their own thing. But to back us off, that threat is going to be major. Major. computer betrayal. So Rush is, ooh, and that's the Page of Swords then, too. Also, with the whistle blowing and the letting people know what's up. Rush is the challenge to this bellicose situation. Rush is the challenge to what's happening with Iran. That's why it's gonna stop fast. Okay. And what they got is strong energy. And it's interesting because people are like, why are nobody dropping their thing? Because if they drop it, they lose their position. But I think Rush is going to be, Rush is going to be in such a position that they have to be like, all right, that's it, cool, stop. You know, we're done. Because I need my stuff. And y'all over here wasting my my equipment. You're supposed to be sending me this equipment. Yeah, and there's the Magician yet again in the upside down. The Magician never comes out right. And this is the foreign nation. The Ace of Cups. Like, we're not chilling. It's not going to be what you think it is. We're not cool like that. Okay. That's interesting. All right. So I gotta find the three of Pentacles. I still haven't found it. So I can put it back under here. Okay, there we are. Okay. Okay, that makes so much sense. Wait, did I just switch the challenge card? Or is that the challenge card? I don't know. I messed up. But we're gonna keep going. Every day becomes a little more ease. Huh, that's good. I'm glad you got chills. Watching the Navy ships too. Okay. Why is that the past on the Iran situation? Oh, because they're so isolated and nobody came to their aid in June when these two countries tried to BS then. So they were like, okay, if we're by ourselves, we're going to be prepared. That's why they were ready. That's why they were ready. Again, magic. I think they're going to also tell about this. Magic. They were ready in the past. Oh. Is that true? Ah, this wind is blowing. I lost my card. Is that true? Okay, so it feels like they knew when that man went in what the plan was. Lord, where did my card go? I'm missing the Page of Swords. They knew when that man went in what the play was. They knew exactly what was coming for them. They knew that. They knew. They weren't stupid. They knew. So they knew what it was. I'm glad you feel good. I feel good. And baby, I feel good all over. They said us Libra risings have been having a time, child. We've been having a time. Okay, can't carry it. I need to find my Page of Swords. Okay. So in the past, they knew what that was. Okay, so they're not going to be able to see it through. They can't carry the burden. They're going to be overwhelmed. And that's already happening. Too many bodies. And people are going to be calling them out. I know it feels like Congress ain't doing shit right now, but listen. Listen. She talking. Listen. I know I feel like they ain't doing shit. Because I feel that way. Like, I'm so disappointed in Mark. But listen. I just, like, as I was saying that, I was like, but there are people who are doing their work. And their work is head down because they're getting the proof. Listen, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. They're scrutinizing, baby. They're scrutinizing everything. These people who feel like they're being abundant and they're getting away with it, everything. When I say access locked down, they better move their money to banks people never heard of before. Okay? Exactly. The U.S. is only as strong as its leadership. You got dumbasses. Look at this. You see what I'm saying? The King of Pentacles, like I said, they're going to be being scrutinized. Some still will elude justice. I hope it ain't Peter. Because Peter needs to meet an eater. Like, Peter needs to meet an eater. That's all I'll say. He needs to meet an eater. These three cards came out together and I was just shuffling. Again, the Hierophant and the Upside Down, them trying to move the water, like pour out of our cup into their cup, and not turning around at the right time. Just copying the answers from the stuff that you're given, the decrees you're given. And again, this ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna work. This new journey you think you're on, baby, when you step out that door is locked. That door is locked. You are not welcome back. What else? Okay. So what is the overarching energy to it? They're gonna fail at this because they can't handle it. It's too much of a burden. Runaway state has been ready. Look, I saw the Strength in the Upside Down. Runaway state was ready. They were ready. They were ready because you tried this foolishness in June. They were ready. And when you went after their children, mind you, they don't care that much about girls, but they do care about their children. Weird statement. When you go after their children, like that man said, we're not looking for a ceasefire. Because every time we came to the table, this happened. We're not looking for a ceasefire. I don't know what they're looking for, but we're not looking for a ceasefire. And then you got Israel going into Lebanon. It's like, okay, keep spreading thin. All I know is, you're going to be exposed. I think somebody going to tell. That man almost damn near death himself. He looked like he together. But no, he doesn't actually. He does look a lot thinner. Have y'all seen Yahoo lately? He looks a lot thinner. Huh. I'm going to ask that question later. But I still think it'll be probably a self-checkout or a Stalin checkout. Is it Stalin? Was it Mussolini? One of them, the upside down boy. Because his people are done with him. They're like, you're having people hate us, bro. You're not even one of us. And you're having people hate us. You're spreading this propaganda. You're not even one of us. Your name ain't even real. You made that up. Okay. Is this the overarching? That's interesting. So we finally got this in the upright. New journey. So that's the point. That's what they were trying to do. That's the point of the I issue. And look, there's the mountains. You think you finna walk in the mountains by yourself? Like, these people bore holes in the mountains. It's all finna be revealed though. It's all gonna be revealed. This is interesting. Every time I get this, I feel like this is like a snitch as well, but this is in the reverse. You're not learning. You didn't learn anything. Here's the thing. The coded way that coded, I don't know why I said that. But the thing that I'm getting also is that they're using us to deplete us so that then they can turn around and lead us. Or ATTACK us. Because I don't think they're actually going to be running out of stock themselves. I think they're waiting for us to run out of stock. And remember, they do have clear capabilities. I don't know if y'all remember me telling you about this dream I had about the 3 BOMBs. And I woke up going, they're going to BOMB us. And I saw one on each coast and one in the Midwest. And people was like, what would be the point of doing a clear situation? And I'm like, don't you realize the rich people have bunkers? Why do you think they're building the bunkers? They don't care about the rest of us. They figure if they survive the clear, they can emerge, but that bunker becomes their prison. Oh no. Okay, so it's not taking the opportunity to learn from their past, but it's also like you keep running the same doggone play. Like you find, it's so crazy. This man for 40 years has been trying to get us to be in there. Clinton said no, Bush said no, Obama said no, Biden said no, Beach said yes. Before he left, he said yes. And now he got people in there. I'm so disappointed in Mark. Look at this. This is the outcome again. The iron situation, that's the outcome again. People refusing to take it. And this magician guy being exposed. In fact, what? What were you going to tell me to say? In fact, what? That's the outcome again. It really is. But have you watched Don't Look Up? If you watch Don't Look Up, it's like they're going to get it in the end regardless. If Corey sold her out, he did. What do you mean? He did. Don't Look Up. I saw it during the pandemic. When I said, girl, we living through this now. Interesting. Being trapped and going to prison. This is interesting. Because I was asking for clarity on... What was I asking for clarity on? I guess the reading I just did. I was asking for clarity on, I think, the magician. Yes, I was. Asking for clarity on the magician. That's it. Matter of fact. And then, look at the energy to it. The Eight of Swords, being trapped by your own shenanigans, your own manipulations. Oh my gosh. And then trying to move forward, but being kicked out more. It's, wow, wait, hold on. Give me more to that. I'm gonna tell my brother. What? Nobody else go anywhere. All right, I gotta do one last reading, and then, because I already hit 20% on my phone. What? Wait, what am I missing? Hold on. Back it up. Yeah. Okay, what was it saying? Show me the Six of Swords to this magician energy. What's the Six of Swords? There we go. The Five of Wands. Challenge and conflict. Yep. So there's going to be things in their way that will get them not. They're not going to... There's the Empress again. There's the Empress again. There's the Six of Pentacles and the Upside Down again. They're going to be stuck. Some of them are not going to be able to get away. And I think E-Man is one of them. I think Starboy will find his behind. Stuck. Okay, let me find this Page of Swords. Oh my God, where's my card? Oh, there we go. My brother, I say so. I'm telling you, you gotta watch. Don't look up. Oh, using Oh Girl? Yeah. She's his beard. Oh, that's nice. Oh, you have a daughter-in-law-to-be. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Look at the truth. Truth and wish card. Things are nice. Things are looking up. Things are nice. I like that. Go ahead, girl. New life. New life. Way to go with your intuition. What are we reading on? Ooh. What was I about to read on? Because I got the King of Cups in the upright. Then I got people being trash. Then I got people being prison. Then I got people getting justice. Because then I got people being backstabbed. Because then I got people being told on. And then oh my God. It keeps going. Six of Cups. Queen of Wands. Five of Swords in reverse. Six of Wands. Strength card in reverse. And then the Magician. Who was I reading on? I was going to read on, Tallarico. Let's read about that situation right quick. Tell me about this man. Tell me about this man. Oh, no. This is so funny. The girl, I don't know if I shared her reading with you. I think I did. She kept getting the Sun card for Tallarico. He's the golden child. She got the Sun card over and over again for him. Seven of Cups. The illusion of choice or a real choice? That's the question. And underneath it, Queen of Pentacles, Five of Cups in reverse. All right, so Sunny, baby. Tell me about Tallarico. How is he going to do? How is Tallarico going to do? That's so funny. We got the same card. How is Tallarico going to do? What's his challenge? Huh? Did a card flip? No. What's his challenge? I don't know. Because I'm going to do that again. But I got the King of Cups, which kind of made me go, because there's not going to be a government the way that it looks like. Remember, we read that there'll be state stuff, but not federal stuff. The way that it looks like, possibly, at this time. And then also the Knight of Pentacles, a mercenary knight. So somebody having like a hit on him, like financially. Messing with the VOTESs if it gets there. Okay, yeah. So he's going to be having a smear campaign that's going to try to take him down. And then there's someone who's going to be very vocal about it. Or there's a message from his youth about him not being this clean-cut boy he's coming off as at 35 years old. There's some strategy here. Strategy or sneakiness or the seal. But it feels strategic. Branding. But it's not necessarily on the up and up. That's interesting. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, the gang was together? Mm. There's a lot of cards to be a challenge. I think he's going to be exposed for not... Look at this. 3 8s. This feels like... Ooh, death nail. He might lose some people. He might lose some people. As manipulation does happen, it's going to be kind of like it tries to undo his hard work. And then he's going to feel trapped. What did... Girl, what... Listen, we got the... Oh. You know what? Somebody else got this card. That same girl I told y'all to watch. She got the lovers for him too. I think she got it where she said Jasmine will pair up with him to try to, you know, help get him across the line. Which could happen, right? It could happen, except I think he's being tapped to come back in the game, Mr. Magician. Because there's the mercenary knight again. But the King of Cups. I do think this is going to stop everything. The EO. I think it's going to stop everything. I think it's going to stop everything. As of right now. Obviously, energy changes, free will, all of that. But as of right now, I think it's like we're doing what we're doing, but we're not going to get what we're doing it for, kind of. Toil, toil. Yeah, I think they're really gonna talk up that part, like he's still a boy, he's too young, blah blah blah, especially because we're in a war. We got this 888 thing looking here, so this is not looking good. I do feel like he's going to be under scrutiny. There's a chance that he could be victorious, but again, I don't know if we're actually going to get all the way here. I don't know if we're going to get all the way here, but it does feel like there's some extra scrutiny that's going to be applied to him, and it's going to be hard work. It's going to be hard work coming up you know, it's funny because we had read about the difficulty Jasmine was going to have, and she had a chance to bring it out, but then at the last minute, these people did their shenanigans. And so we said, if I remember that Jasmine reading correctly, is that it was going to be a challenge for her and she should be victorious at the end. Did she actually become victorious? I don't know. I don't know, because they didn't count everything. They stopped her. She was blocked, and there was just too many hands in the game. So I don't know. Is it another Lotus situation? Possibly. You know, Texas is where it starts. It's the practice ground. But anyway, that's not to take from him, but it's to say it took from her. You get what I mean? Yeah, he's gonna need her so bad. I'm telling you, a lot of us are not going for it because got disenfranchised again. And they better not choose that man. He's a senator now. He's a do-nothing. Why would they choose him? That don't make any damn sense. Why would you send that man up there? No. Or he was a senator before or something. I just read something. He's a do-nothing. I wouldn't dare. See? Something's gonna come out. That's his challenge. Someone is going to say something that is going to be damaging. Someone's going to say something that's going to be damaging. We're going to see hands involved that should not have been involved. I'm telling you, that's GOP. Because what they have succeeded in doing is erasing her from the floor. And people don't realize how much they just hurt the country by taking out a fighter. This is not just a Texas thing. This is a national thing. You're not just going for a state rep. You're going for somebody who votes for everything that the U.S. does. Like, people don't freaking pay attention to what this means. We need somebody who could have these hearings. You don't need someone going, excuse me, what did you do with the money? No, you need someone to go, listen, I already got the facts. And I'm going to lay out the facts. You did A, B, C, D, and E. Am I wrong? That's how she play it. Like, you know, I ain't got time for you to lie to me. Now look, this is the Five of Cups in reverse. So this isn't a death card. I mean, this is the Minor Arcana death card. So I don't see death to him, even with the Page of Swords, the whistleblower. But I do see the fact that these people have been involved. This also means that he might have a rally behind him. But at the same time, as far as the challenge is concerned, I do think the government's changing, period. I don't want her as AG, I want her as governor. Anybody can be AG. I want her as governor. What did I do with my brother? Texas needs a real voice. I want her as governor. If not her, Beto. Beto has to be governor too. They need a real voice. They need a real voice. They need somebody who actually represents them. Someone who is purple. You know? And that was the download that I got was when I was taking a shower the day before that. I was thinking about this Jasmine race and whatever, and then all of a sudden I saw Stacy. And I went, why Stacy? And I went, oh, Stacy ran for governor. Duh. And so I was like, okay, governor. I think Jazz is going for governor. And that's 28. So yeah. But here's the truth. The truth is gonna, this is interesting because this is in his past. And so I think it's a good card for his past. This is the truth, but at the same time, it feels like it says something here he didn't learn. And then something here that stopped him. Wait, what does that mean then? What does that mean? What does that mean for my brother? Okay, I gotta hurry up because I feel like mosquitoes are coming out even with this wind blowing. And I'm losing light, so. Hey, Brable! Oh my gosh. And what are we on? We're on 13%. All right. Hello. So, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? For the Ace of, what does that past stuff mean? Show me the past stuff clearer. What does that mean with my brother? Now a song is stuck in my head. Show me the past. What is Talarico? What is this past stuff? What is the truth in this? Talk to the hand, 7 of Wands. Oh, standing your ground. Okay. Ooh, Queen of Swords. Temperance in reverse. Interesting. Emperor card. 5 of Pentacles. Oh, I think this is his mother's story. About his mom becoming a single mom because his dad was an a-hole. So there's your Emperor dad. There's your mom who kept going and fighting. And things were like hard and out of balance. And you were on the outside having financial difficulty. So his story is true. His story is true. That story, it's almost like the Excalibur sword. So it kind of does make him It kind of does make him like the Sun King, so to speak. But this is interesting because I'm feeling here the Three of Cups in reverse. This is no celebration. Is it because he feels a little guilt towards her? Because there's the Seven of Wands again, which he also had here, the standing ground thing. But this is, he had his opportunity to call that shit out and he didn't. So he's going to have to figure out if that's what he's going to do. He's going to have to get used to the cameras. And it's not really a celebration because now he needs to win the black vote as well. And y'all people don't understand. The black vote does carry. Yep, it does. It carries. So what is he going to have to do? He's going to actually have to learn. And he's going to have to learn, and he's going to have to value the women, especially, and the people. So he's going to have to do that. And it looks like, even though this is the Hierophant card again, the government card, it's like to get it, this is overarching. So to get it, he's going to have to actually kind of prostrate himself before the people. It's interesting because, again, the argument is don't take us for granted, because as I said, people are not going to be there. But it is very prosperous. I see him doing the work. I do see him doing the work, and I see the family coming back together. It's prosperous. Oh, yes, chills, chills, chills. It is a prosperous, his run could work. I think he's going to do the work. So if, okay. But the impact here, though, is the treason and stuff. So here's the problem. Again, it all could topple before he even gets a chance. It all could topple before he gets a chance, because we are very close to figuring this out, that there's treason and all this stuff. We're very close to that. Yeah, so we got the Knight of Wands and then the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, we're too close to, that'll make the hurdle hard for him, like the bar, like getting above the bar, because I don't think we're going to be looking at a Senate in November. I just don't. Not the way we think about these things. Okay. Interesting. Why did I use those cards? I switched decks. I didn't mean to switch decks. So let's go back here. So again, let me see this overarching for Tal. Jamie Tal. Okay, we're still on the Ten of Wands here. Jamie Tal, is this the overarching? Oh, but he has the power, y'all. He does have the power. So it feels like people don't want him right now, but he does have the power. He's going to do the work. He will do the work to win the vote. Yeah. And he would be successful. He will do the work to win the vote. He will do the work. Exactly. So he might come out a little bit harder. Actually let you know what he plans to do about what's happening here in the shadow government, because he's gonna have a new perspective, especially when he sees people in person. And look who came out again. I just don't think it's gonna work, because government might be different come November. Government might be different come November. Hey, Jen. So that is, wait, no, don't throw things at me. Yeah, that was the Nine of Cups in reverse card. So like not getting your wish, which is possible, because like I said, there's a possibility that we don't have senators, so to speak, like that. But we might have something else, you know? It said no. He's not going to get the wish. There's something changing. Something changing. Some cleansing magic at play. And a new beginning. It's too big. Like, the new beginning has to happen. I don't think... right now, I don't think there'll be a... What was that? Just looking, but it's the moon. I don't think there's going... Hey, Bree. Hey, Jen. Hey, y'all. I don't think there's going to be a... Welcome back, Suze. I don't think there's going... I know I keep repeating myself, but I don't. See? I don't. It's like... it's going to be completed before it even happens. Again, all the sneakiness and the lies, and I think it's all going to come out. I don't think he will live to see another day. I'll tell you that. So it's like, even if it's snatched from him right now, he will live to see another day. It's kind of like he will keep his good graces with people. And again, he has power, courage. I think he's going to grow through this. That's right, because justice is coming. Justice is coming. We're on JT. So the outcome then is what? Oh, 10%. 10%. All right, so this year is quite a roller coaster. Again, the counting of this. Again, blood on the hands. Again, the partnership. I think this is coming out. This is coming out. So the outcome, what is the outcome for JT? He got to keep the faith. He has to keep the faith. If it may not work now, but he's going to be all right. Something new is coming. Now this is really interesting. I can go Usha and then Ice Reel, but there's hope. There's hope. There's hope. So it's like he has to keep the faith, because even if it doesn't go this time, it will go next time. It will definitely go next time. I think his star is bright. He started out with the sun. He ends with the star. It doesn't get any better than that. His beginning and his ending. So I think he'll be fine. Again, they're going to challenge him. They're going to cross him. They're going to do what they can. But he's going to be fine. And I'm getting goosebumps behind that with JT. Jazz is obviously going to be fine. I think there is something higher for her, because I think the Senate was a settling thing, to be honest. I hate to lose her voice, but it does feel like it's settling, because I feel like she's called to a higher purpose. But that said, the hard work is making people feel like their vote actually still matters. And I mean black people, because black people will make or break a vote. They really, really would and could. That is why they have been disenfranchised over and over again. Because don't believe the lie. We are not just 6 or 8% of the population. That's a lie. A person who's just 6 or 8% of a population would not be strong enough to sway an election. They almost put that lady in by just their vote. 93% black vote. They almost put her in. That's how close she was with almost just their vote. That's crazy. And that's amazing. So just real quick, let me see 4 cards for Jazz. Yeah. So it was stolen from her. It absolutely was. But at the same time, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. They sought to kill her with this. And she's going to emerge victorious. Because this is the Minor Arcana Death card, but it's in reverse. They tried to kill her with this, but she's gonna... That girl ain't gonna quit. She's not gonna quit. She's gonna roll up another one. She's gonna roll up another one. She is addicted to justice. 4 Swords, she's addicted to justice. She's gonna take a little bit of a respite. Mind you, she's back at work. But I think when that January happens, she's gonna have a wee bit of a respite. A respite or whatever. And she's back at work. This is JC. So again, 4 carder? No. Okay. Yep. She's refusing to drink the cup of poison. Mind you, remember, she had the 5 of Cups in reverse. Here's the 4 Cups. She's not taking this sitting down like that. She knows there was shenanigans. She knows there was shenanigans. It was in her face. And they're going to really work to hide it, because it was in her face. It was in her face. People were telling her, I went to vote for a Dem and they gave me a GOP. But then those dumbass people was like, so I voted for a GOP. Why would you do that? Tell them, no, this ain't what I asked for. Why would you? Anyway, so, and Paxton thought he had it in the bag. But you didn't, Bookie, did you? You're in a runoff. Yeah, she did. I know. All right, what else about her? I feel good for her. Like I said, I think this was settling because she's like, I don't want to run a risk of losing my seat. Now, mind you, people are like, oh, it's so blue, she would have had it. Whatever she does next, she got it anyway. Whatever she does next, she got it anyway because she's still in the game. That's crazy. I like it. She's still in the game. Still in the game. Okay? Still in the game. Because she recognizes what's at play. She's not stupid. She's still in the game. She knows what the game is, and she's not going to let that stop her, keep her stuck. Oh my goodness. Come on, Jay. I like that. What's one more card to wrap it up? Hold on. That was it? Yep. Because she's aware of the betrayal from her party. So I don't think it was just GOP who went. God damn, it was not. It was not just the GOP that pushed that Colbert shit. It was also them people. To hear somebody say in the comments, she's corporate Dem, I was like, are you a dumbass? They hate her. They hate her. Exactly. That's exactly what happened. It was her own party. It was her own party against her. So she's aware, but she's like, you know what? I'm still in the game. You see that pit bull? She's still in the game. She's watching hard. Matter of fact, she might even, I don't know if she's going to ask for a recount. I don't think it's worth it, especially because of the appellate court messing with her. So it may not be worth it, but I think she's aware. Final thing, yeah, they can't stop her. They're not going to stop her. They are not going to stop her. She sees through the lies. They will not stop her. Yeah, it might be another trap for her to even count. I got to save Kelly for later because I'm like getting in this dark here. But let me see something. I mean, they play right into the hands of the GOP. The Dems are dumb because by silencing her voice, they just made her actually louder. So she's going to get behind him. Hopefully she does. Yep, see, they messed up. They messed up. And they pretty much sealed their own fate. And she's coming after them. They had better choices to make and they chose not to. But one thing about her is she's a fire horse. She's going to do what she's got to do. She knows the shenanigans. She knows the party's not great. She knows about the lies. And she knows about the people who sent those messages after her. Because it has all been revealed to her. She's not stupid. She is of God. She's one of God's girls. Things have already been revealed to her. She already knew. But she also saw the people rally behind her. So that's keeping her fired up. Kamala is going to reach out to her. Has reached out to her. Yes. Bitch. Yes, it is. Because death. And on the outside. Yep. Oh my God. Stagnant, planning, refusing this offer, strength, overcoming the treason, and a whole new beginning. She is not going to be stuck. She's not going to be down. She's going to lick her wounds and she's going to get right back up. Because what are these? She got to follow her star, but also she's aware of